All right, guys, yesterday we worked on what polynomials are and in behavior and stuff like that. Now we're just going to do operations with them, meaning add them, subtract them, multiply them. Not divide yet, though. All right, the first thing we're going to do should be the easiest thing today. It says find the sum or difference of them. Now, these two, when it's addition, all we're going to do is add like terms. I'm not even going to take an extra step and work that out. I'm just going to add like terms like the x squareds. 2 plus 7 is 9x squared. You can add the x's. -6 plus -1 is -7x. And then I got the 5 and the -9. 5 plus -9 is -4. And that's all you do on that one. Okay, number 2, subtraction. I will take a step. I'm going to take everything out of the first parentheses. And because there's a minus sign in front of the second one, it's usually a good idea to go ahead and change all the signs in the second parentheses like that, and then see what I can add. I've got these two, a 3 and a -5, that's negative t2 cubed. Remember, we always want the biggest exponent first and put them in decreasing order. We got a 8t squared and a 1t squared, that's 9t squared. All I have is that negative t right there. Then I got a -4 and a -17, which gives me -21. And that's all for number 2. So adding and subtracting is really just combining like terms, really all we're doing there. And there's some special patterns, 2 special patterns. I'm going to call these, technically they kind of aren't, but I think it's best to have a word for it, and in a way they are. I'm going to call those conjugates. When you have the same numbers in both parentheses, but the signs are different, all you're going to do is square both of them, put a minus sign. Okay, so like here's an example over here. X plus 3 times x minus 3. We're going to call those conjugates. Square the x, square the 3, subtract, because it's a positive 3 and a negative 3. It gives me 9 minus 9. That's all there is to it. And this is when I taught you earlier this year. When you have a square of a binomial, you square the first one, multiply together, double, square. So it goes square, multiply together, double, square. And here's an example of one that has addition in it, one that has subtraction in it. The only difference is if it's addition, they're all positive. If there's subtraction, the middle term is going to be minus, but the pattern's the same. Square, multiply, double, square. We did that gesture when we did the imaginary numbers the other day. All right, let's try one of each. The first one right here is a parentheses squared, so I'm going to square the a squared. I'm going to multiply these two together, which is 3a, double it, gives me 6a, and then square to 3. Now, that's all there is to it. It's one step if you know the pattern. Again, square the first one, multiply together, double, square. And these are conjugates. Notice they have the same numbers inside, just different signs. When you see that, all you do is square the first one, you square the second one, and it's always minus because one's positive and one's negative. Both of those kind of problems should be one step, just really quick. All right, this is probably the worst one we're doing today. This one and the next slide are going to be the challenges. So if you have a trinomial, meaning 3 terms in a parentheses, like there is in this one, times a binomial, meaning 2 terms, there's no shortcut. There's no FOIL. There's no square, multiply, double square. You just got to multiply. And the rule is you multiply everything in one parentheses times everything in the other. So what I'm going to always take the smaller parentheses, which is a 2x plus 1. I'm going to take the 2x and distribute it all the way through. So I'm going to do 2x times 4x squared and get 8x cubed. 2x times x, 2x squared, 2x times -5. So what I did right there is I took that 2x, multiplied times everything in the first parentheses. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the 1, because once I do the 1, I will have multiplied everything in both parentheses with each other. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 times anything's itself. 1 times 4x squared, 1 times x, 1 times -5. And then when you get there, all that garbage right there, all that mess of numbers, you need to combine everything that you can. 8x cubed, it's only 1 cubed. There's an x squared, it's going to be 6x squared. There's a -10x and a 1x, that's -9x, and I got the -5 at the end. And there you have it. Okay, last slide. Here we go, one more. Okay, this one, you have 3 binomials, and again, the rule is everything times everything times everything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the first 2, I'm going to do FOIL on those 2. Okay, so it's going to give me m squared minus m minus 2m plus 2. I still have this m plus 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and simplify that first one just a little bit. It's really m minus 3m in the middle. And now once I get to that step, I'm right back where I was in the last slide. Okay, I've got a trinomial of 3 terms times a binomial of 2 terms. So I'm going to take the m, going all the way through. I'm going to get m times m squared, 3m times m, 2 times m. Then I'm going to take the 3 all the way through. 3 times m squared, 3 times negative 3m, 3 times 2. And now I'm looking for things. I've got an m cubed. I've got an m squared. The m squareds are gone. They cancel. I've got a 2m and a negative 9m. That's negative 7m. And I got the plus 6 at the end. Okay, so the multiplication stuff is going to be a little, the ones you have to actually multiply without a shortcut or without a system to do it. It's going to take a little bit longer, but really not bad. Just a lot of math, a lot of algebra. So hopefully that wasn't too bad. We'll work on it tomorrow like always. See you then.